Yes, good morning students. In the previous video we discussed about the RC phase shift oscillator, Venn bridge oscillator. RC phase shift oscillator also we discussed, and also we discussed about the Venn bridge oscillator, and we deduced the expressions for the frequency for both, and also we have deduced the expressions for the gain of the both type of the oscillatory circuits. Okay, here we'll design some of the oscillatory circuits. So design the Venn bridge oscillatory circuit, and then we'll go for the next concepts. Okay, so here first problem is to design a Venn bridge oscillator circuit to have a output frequency of 10 kilohertz. Okay, 10 kilohertz is the frequency that they have given. So using that 10 kilohertz of frequency, you have to design the Venn bridge oscillatory circuit here. Okay, so as I said in the so many videos, so if the capacitance value is not given in the circuits, you have to choose the capacitance value, the smallest value of the capacitance. So let us take 0.01 microfarad in this case. Okay, 0.01 microfarad is the capacitance is assumed. You know that the equation for the frequency f is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi rc. So 1 divided by 2 pi rc. So you have to calculate r here. So f is given, c is assumed, so calculate r, that is 1.591 kilo ohm. Okay, now the standard value is 1.5 k is the standard resistance value, and from the derivations we know that rf is equal to 2 times the r1. Okay, now let us take choose r1 is equal to 1 kilo ohm, so your rf will be 2 kilo ohm. So if you choose r1 is equal to 10 kilo ohm, rf will be 20 kilo ohm. Okay, based on that, whatever the values you have to choose. Okay, that is the design of the Venn bridge oscillatory circuit. So in the next problem, second problem, so for Venn bridge oscillatory circuit, calculate the values of the rf and c if the r1 is equal to 10 kilo ohm and r is equal to 100 kilo ohm, and oscillatory frequency is 100 kilohertz. Okay, this is the question they have given. Okay, so here from once again we know that rf is equal to 2 times the r1. So assume r1, find out rf. Okay, and also we know the frequency of Venn bridge oscillator 2 pi rc. So you just c is known, f is known, c is given. Okay, c you have to find out here. R is known, f is known, everything. So calculate the values of c. See here how much you got here. 15.91 picofarad is the capacitance value which you got here, right? So this is how in this type of the problems you may get on oscillator amplitude in the Venn bridge oscillatory circuits. So next concept is oscillator amplitude stabilization. What is it? Why it is necessary? Why it is necessary to stabilize the amplitude of the oscillators? So as the name itself says, it's oscillatory circuits. The output will be oscillating. It is not going to a constant value. It is a oscillating kind of the output you are getting in this particular case. Sometimes the amplitude will be more, sometimes the amplitude will be less. So if you apply the same without stabilizing the amplitude of the oscillatory circuit, if you apply the same output to any of the other circuits, then the circuit operation will be hampered. Okay, so to overcome this drawback of amplitude variation, so this oscillatory amplitude stabilization network is used, so which will stabilize the amplitude, which will make the stabilized output, stabilized amplitude of the oscillator. That is the main objective of using this particular circuit. Okay, here also this oscillatory amplitude stabilization circuit can be used for RC phase shift oscillator, Venn bridge oscillator, any type of the oscillatory circuit. So here in this case, oscillator amplitude stabilization network, I am using it for the RC phase shift oscillator. So this is your RC phase shift oscillatory circuit. Okay, and this is your stabilization network. So this is the used for the stabilizing the output signal of the RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, so this is the significance of using the stabilization network in case of the RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, so you know that the phase shift oscillator gain must be always, it is should be 29. So to sustain the, to produce the sustained oscillations, to produce the constant type of the oscillator. Okay, so whatever the figure above which is shown here is the amplitude stabilization network. So this, when the output voltage v0, so when the output voltage v0 of the circuit, if it is low, so smaller output voltage is not sufficient to turn on your diodes. So that is why when the output voltage is low, okay, these all the diodes will be in the off state. In that case, your feedback's resistance is sum of rf is equal to r3 plus r4 is your rf. Okay, this is when the output voltage is low. So when the output voltage is low, the gain is AV is equal to minus RF divided by R1. Why? Because it is given to the inverting terminal of the amplifier, minus RF divided by R1. So this is in the first case. In the second case, what will happen when the output of the amplitude is large, the output voltage V0 which we are getting from the circuit is going to be large. In that case, the output voltage is sufficient to forward bias all the diodes D1, D2, D3, D4, etc. So that R3, whatever the value, will be short circuited. So in that case, the gain of the amplifier is AV is equal to R4 divided by R1. Where it is, I'll show you here. So here in this case, so all these are short circuited. Okay, this resistance is also short circuited. So the feedback resistance is R4 is what itself is the feedback resistance in that case. That is why gain is R4 divided by R1 minus R4 divided by R1. That is the gain in the second case. Okay, so this is why the controlled switching of the diodes, okay, which we are using in the stabilization network will lead you to the make the amplitude of the oscillatory circuit stable. Okay, that is the significance. If it is unstable oscillations which you are getting, if you are using the same for the various applications, then that will definitely hamper the operations of the other circuits also. To get the to get the constant stabilized output voltage, this type of oscillatory amplitude stabilization network is used. There are some of the design steps for the amplitude stabilization network. So we know that RF divided by R1 is 29. Okay, that is why, so RF is equal to 29 times the R1. Okay, that is also now. So here R3 is equal to VF 2 into VF divided by I2, and R4 is equal to R2 minus R3, and R1 is equal to V0 divided by 29 I1. So how it comes here? So you know the gain equation. So gain is equal to gain of the RC phase shift oscillator is equal to V0 by Vn. V0 by Vn is your gain value. So gain from the derivation of RC phase shift oscillator, it is 29. So 29 V0 divided by Vn is R1 into I1. So R1 is equal to V0 divided by 29 times the I2. Okay, so that is the step. Okay, and also one more equations you have to remember is the reverse recovery time of the diodes TRR max is equal to capital T divided by 10. TRR max is capital T divided by 10 is the reverse recovery time of the diodes which we are using. So you have to remember this is already designed. Okay, this all these other equations which we are deduced from the stabilization network circuit. Okay, so this you have to remember, design of the amplitude stabilization circuit for RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, now there is based on the whatever the equations we have one problem here also. Okay, yes, note down the design of a phase shift oscillator to give a maximum output voltage of plus or minus 3 volts with the oscillation frequency of 6 kilohertz, including the distortion minimization adjustment. Distortion, this is oscillator amplitude stabilization. It's also called as distortion minimization adjustment. Oscillator amplitude stabilization. You may get the questions with the needs circuit diagram. Explain the oscillator amplitude stabilization network for the RC phase shift oscillators, and also you may get the with a neat sketch explain the operations of a distortion minimization adjustment in case of RC phase shift oscillator. Both will be same. Okay, so adjustment or distortion minimization adjustment, whatever, both the term will be same here. Okay, this is a given. Assume that adjustment feedback voltage is 0. VF is equal to 0.7 volts they have given. So these are the given things, and I said okay, you have to assume the smaller value of current, capacitance, everything. So let us assume I2 is equal to 1 milliamps is the current flowing. So the diodes are forward biased and the peak output voltage is 3 volts. So forward bias, when the diodes will be forward biased, so as I said explained here, so when the output voltage is low, the diodes will be reverse biased. When the output voltage is maximum, then they are forward biased. So maximum output voltage, how much they have given here, it is 3 volts they have given. So from the above equations which we discussed here, so R1 is V0 divided by 29 times of the I2. Okay, I2, okay, you can take it as I2 is 10 milliamps. Okay, so based on that you just calculate here, substitute all the values. V naught is given, I2 is given 29, everything. So calculate. R1 is 103 ohms, use at least 100 ohm is a standard value. Similarly, R2 is equal to 29 times the R1. R2 is equal to 29 R1, or RF is equal to, it's RF or R2. 29 R1, 29 into 100 is equal to 2.9 kilo ohm. So R3 is, once again, you know from the above equations, 2 Vf divided by 2. Sorry, it's not 10 milli, it is 1 milli only, 1 milli. So 2 Vf divided by 1, so it is 2 into Vf is given 0.7, 1 into 10 raised to minus 3, 1 milli. You calculate the value. So R3 is how much you got? 1.4 kilo. Use the 1.5 kilo standard ohm. R4 is once again R2 minus R3. R2 is known, R3 is known. Just substitute, calculate R4 here. Okay. So let us assume R is equal to R1. R1 is equal to R. Okay, and then calculate the capacitance value. You know the frequency of the RC phase shift oscillator, F is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root 6 R into C. F is equal to R into, this is the F value, 1 divided by 2 pi root 6 RC. So from this you can see, calculate the C value, 1 divided by 2 pi RF into root 6. So calculate the capacitance value, how much you will get. So 0.1 microfarad is the capacitance you got. Okay. Similarly, you have to calculate the reverse recovery. They are asked you to design RC phase shift oscillator. In that case, you have to calculate R1, R2, R3, R4 capacitances, and also you have to calculate the reverse recovery times of the diodes. So reverse recovery time of the diode is TRR is equal to T divided by 100. T divided by 100 is nothing but your TRR. So how much is T? T you have to calculate from the frequency. What is the frequency value they have given? It is 1 divided, T is equal to 1 by F. So T is 1 by F here. This is your T. T is 1 by F. So 1 by F how much is? 6 kilohertz. So 6 kilohertz. So 1 divided by 6 kilohertz into 10. So you will get the reverse recovery time is 16.7 microseconds. That is the reverse recovery time of the diode you have. Okay, this is how you have to solve the problems on the oscillatory amplitude stabilization for your RC phase shift oscillator. Okay, similarly, oscillatory amplitude stabilization circuit we have for the, even for the Van Bridge oscillator also. So the explanation for that I will take up in next video. Okay, thank you.